The Space Between is a 2021 film directed by Rachel Winter, it's written by Will Aldis, and we have a cast including Kelsey Grammer, Jackson White, Julia Goldani Tellis, Paris Jackson, Andy Daly, and William Fichtner. And being a Kelsey Grammer fan, I was quite looking forward to this. Having now watched it, I can say there's nothing wrong with it, but I didn't particularly like it. And as much as I love Kelsey Grammer, I kind of found his character to be really, really irritating. And this is set in the 90s, which I quite like, but to be honest, I feel like it could be set at any point. And it's about a musician called Micky, and the production company is wanting him to sign out of the contract. And Charlie volunteers to visit Micky to try and get him to sign out of this contract, and he meets Micky, and it's definitely more of a character-driven narrative. There are some things that happen in the story that are moderately interesting, but for me, it was more about the character of Micky, Charlie getting to know him, getting to know other characters, their relationships with each other, the emotions the characters are feeling. And unfortunately, because I didn't like Micky very much, that meant I didn't enjoy the bulk of the focus of the film. With regards to Charlie, I definitely didn't dislike Charlie, but at no point did I think the character was that interesting. So whenever we were focusing on Charlie and what he was thinking or what he was doing, it was fine. I didn't dislike those moments, but I didn't particularly care either. So for me, it just didn't have a lot to offer. If you find the character of Micky to be interesting, maybe there's an element of relatability there, or you just find the character to be fascinating, then I think you'll enjoy the experience more than I did. With the narrative, there is nothing wrong with it. There is nothing about the story that doesn't work. The pacing is fine. It flows well enough. It's believable within the realms of the story. I just didn't find it to be that fascinating. So there's nothing wrong with the film. But for me, there wasn't really anything that was captivating. It's watchable, absolutely watchable. The performances are fine. And I think Micky's a well-written character as well. I want to make that clear. I think Micky has a very believable character, a very believable personality, rather. But I don't find him to be interesting personally. I don't like him. So I didn't care for anything that focused on him. And obviously that's largely the bulk of the film, that and Charlie. And as I said, I don't dislike Charlie. I also just wasn't that bothered either. So it's an okay film. I don't mind having watched it. I don't mind having paid for it either. It's not currently, as far as I could tell, it's not streaming in the UK anywhere, but it is available to rent on Prime and YouTube and I think a couple of other places. And it wasn't that expensive. I think on YouTube it was £2.50, which is pretty average for a film these days. Not tremendously expensive. I don't mind having paid for it at all because it was a watchable film. But although, as a Kelsey Grammer fan, I did kind of enjoy watching him in this. I don't like the character, not really bothered about any other characters, and I feel like it's mostly a character-driven story, with some okay parts to the narrative. All things considered, The Space Between didn't appeal to me. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. If you like Micky, or you don't mind Micky, it'll probably be a more enjoyable experience than it was for me. But in general, I didn't love it. But if there's any reason why you want to watch it, the cast, the narrative, anything drawing you to this film, I'd say check it out. You might like it more than I did, but for me, it just wasn't that interesting.